Hey everybody, Christy Birchfield here. So looking at avoiding the roller coaster, and we're going through Judges. We're in chapter 3 today. It's a great chapter. It has some of my favorite stories. I love the story about the judge Ehud and just some of those things, the way in which God moves through people in times of crisis and in times of need. But the verse that struck me today is actually at the first part of the chapter. It's verse 2. And it's kind of written in parentheses, which I find always fascinating, and added as almost like an afterthought. And it talks about in verse 1 that there are still several nations that were left in the area that God allowed to be left. And it says in verse 2, he did this only to teach warfare to the descendants of the Israelites who had not had previous battle experience. The obstacles that the people were facing, God left intentionally so that they would learn. They needed instruction. They needed that testing. They needed that opportunity to be able to grow and become better than what they are. If we're going to look at ways to avoid the obstacles, those spiritual ups and downs, highs and lows that we go through, we need to be able to take a look at the situation around us and all of the things that we're experiencing and recognize these are not obstacles to trip us up. They're opportunities for us to learn and grow and become more like Christ. God leaves things in our path so that we will become more like him. We have to continue to move forward. We have to continue to rely on him. We have to continue to let him lead us. Realizing that not everything in our path was put there because, Satan's trying to trip us up. Sometimes God knows that we need to learn. The people of Israel probably were not super excited about learning to have to do warfare, but it was a necessary skill for them, and God knew that they needed it. They were going to be attacked. They were going to have problems, and they needed to know how to fight. And so he allowed opportunities for them to learn that skill. What are the opportunities that God is allowing you and I to learn? Because we need to know them. We need to understand how to overcome them, and we need to understand what's out there. If we will approach those obstacles in that way, we won't get tripped up as much by them because we will understand God's made a path through. We need to just follow that path, knowing that the lessons we learn will be invaluable to us in the future. Things to think about today.